Evgeny. Just want to get some thoughts down before I start the new week. I was pondering on a video that Angry Joe had actually posted and looking at some of the comments that he's received lately over the She-Hulk episode. It was episode number 1 at this point, and just some of the nasty comments that he was receiving had me a little bit concerned. Maybe this is something that's been happening for a while and I just haven't noticed it, and for that I'm sorry for coming a little late to the party then, but what I was seeing from basically people who would call themselves anti-woke were tactics used by the woke crowd. So what I'm seeing here is those from the anti-woke crowd acting like the woke mob. The calls to censorship, the calls to canceling, the just endless vitriol that actually didn't provide any counter argument. It was just long-winded, endless ranting basically against Joe over the fact he gave it a 7 out of 10 when Alex, apparently one of his guests on there who was actually pretty critical about it, also gave it a 7 out of 10. So I'm a little concerned that I'm seeing that, and I hope it's just an isolated case, but maybe it's not. But it's something that I really wish we could take a look at and really be careful that the pendulum doesn't swing too far the other way. We're looking at basically woke tactics being used by the anti-woke crowd, and we have to be very careful that we don't become the very monsters that we rallied against, don't become the very thing that we all stood against. I'm not saying we're not going to have some more rabid or more vocal elements of our group that claim to be for free speech, but then turn right around and next censor. Like, it's going to be in every group no matter what. Are going to be hypocrites. But we need to do a slightly better job on calling people like that out. I have not checked the comments in question. There have been people in the section of those, poorly thought out comments that actually were calling these people out. But it's something that we need to be very careful of. Something that we don't fall into, that we don't start acting like the very group that we are standing against. We claim to be for free speech. We have to actually allow free speech that we don't like. We can't just get upset because literally a guy on YouTube didn't hate a show as much as you did. I think that's the way he put it, actually. I'm kind of paraphrasing him. But he didn't dislike something as much as everybody else did, and that's what people were upset about. Honestly, at a certain point, if someone is so difficult for you to watch that you can't abide them, then turn them off, unsubscribe. If you want to leave a dislike button, fine, that's your prerogative as well. But when I hear calls for censorship, or I hear calls for canceling, that somebody needs to lose their livelihood, which I imagine a guy like Joe has to do. He has to make a living off of his channel. I don't know the guy that well, but given the success he's had, it's definitely, I would assume it's a money earner. So for that kind of attitude to take place, then people like that are acting no different than those who have gone after the Jordan Petersons of the world. You're acting no different than the mobs that have gone after how many innocent free thinkers who made the mistake of having the incorrect thought or challenging whatever narrative people wanted to propose. So yeah, I really think we need to be careful. I think we need to really take a step back, take a breath, and understand, are we going too far? Is there an emerging anti-woke mob that is as primed to lash out at any inkling of progressivism? Or are we coming down that line now? And we got to really take a step back from that. And I really hope other people feel this way as well. It's one thing to feel safety in numbers. It's such a relief to know that there's other people out there who agree with me that you shouldn't just take all of these different progressive viewpoints hook, line, and sinker, that there is still debate out there, even amongst those who call themselves liberal, even amongst those who even call themselves progressive, but just not to the same extreme as some of these radicals are. And then you got conservatives like me who just want to do what they can to hold the line at this point. So I really want to, it's nice to have that camaraderie. With that said, I don't want to be part of something that is going to resemble Mao Zedong's, struggle sessions where they would put people through, you know, living hell just because they, didn't, they didn't follow the party line. So that's all I got right now. Kind of a warning, kind of a concern. Hopefully, it's not a prophecy. I really hope so. And we need to be able to push back a little bit against those who are calling for you know calling for the cancellation of other people that you know just had a different opinion. We're no better than the other group if we do that. As far as She-Hulk itself, I don't have Disney Plus anymore. I honestly can't give an opinion. I'm kind of relegated to what others online are saying, which, honestly, I don't feel comfortable rendering a verdict on that front. I would like to see something with my own eyes before I make a judgment on it. But let's stick to what our actual arguments are. Let's stick to what our actual points are. Let's not lash out at the individual we disagree with, okay? It's a Disney show. It's a Disney show about a comic book, okay? There's so much more going on in the world that I think could, use our energy. I appreciate it, people who feel that, the media is definitely an extension of the culture war. I appreciate that, but at the end of the day, these kind of tactics over a TV show, these kind of tactics in any situation are unacceptable, but especially over a Disney TV show about a fictional character. I'm sorry, it seems definitely over the top with some. Okay, so let me know what you guys think, and you guys have a great day.